You notice once again they say that theatre is in trouble, not just here but around the world, but over here in the United Kingdom, particularly in London's alleged glittering West End, there are bigger problems. But are the problems really more in keeping with the way that theatre's been run, presented, and more importantly the whole experience? Let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London as ever. Nice to have your company, welcome one and all those brand new subscribers that have chosen to come on board, really grateful of your company, nice to see you, and as ever, truly welcome. Hope you like what you've seen and do get involved with the comments and all that sort of stuff. It really is all about you. I pick stories that I think appeal to you, that I think are universal, but we are fair and balanced, you know, we're not out here to create a storm, have an argument. We've enough arguments, haven't we, around the world with politicians falling out, threats of war, all that sort of stuff. My shop ran out of Horlicks, just leave it there. And of course the world's bigger problems, you know what they are, of course you do, yes, talking to you. Back as ever though to your breaking entertainment story. This really is a story that popped up in one of the theatrical periodicals, and it was saying how people, you know, are getting really concerned about the price of theatre tickets. Now I don't know about you, where you are, but in the provinces, even there, they're quite expensive, you know, averaging about £28. What they do though is they always claim, don't they, that oh, there's £10 tickets, but there are, as long as you're willing to hang off the chandelier and not peer down too long for 2.5 hours, that sort of stuff. Never really good theatre tickets I've found for very cheap prices. But what's interesting, in my opinion, is it's not really the ticket prices that are to blame, although that is a bigger factor. It's truly more about the whole experience, you know. I recently went back to the theatre here in the West End, and I was kind of appalled at the way that we, the customer, paying a lot of money, were treated. And let me explain. As we got to the door, we were told, you know, get your bags open, get your tickets out, scan it yourself. If you've got anything to collect, you go in another line. The whole experience was like being in some kind of concentration camp. And then I was looking at the staff. Now, if you think about theatre, when you think about it in the golden days, do you remember when these people were standing outside and the guys would have their hats on and a wonderful coat with gold buttons, braiding? The whole experience was kind of like, wow, this is going to be something, you know. Now when you look at the staff, they're all dressed like security guards, all wearing what we call the Madonna headset, you know what I mean, and talking to each other, never to the customer. You never ever see the theatre manager standing outside the theatre in a wonderful dinner suit or even just a simple lounge suit, looking smart, presentable and welcoming. Have you noticed that? All the big theatre organisations over here, Delphut Mackintosh, Lloyd Webber Theatres, Nymax Theatres, they're all the same. I've stood outside and watched them all, and I think the experience is truly all about that. There is no experience. Now, of course, it's not the people who are on guard, as it were, it's not their fault. They're told what to do. But when you think about it, if you're paying £400, as people were recently for a play at the Ambassadors Theatre, where they told me that they were simply doing no more press because they didn't want to, even though the theatre wasn't full every night, then when you think about that, turning up, having your bag searched like you're some third-rate shoplifter, and then more importantly, virtually frog marched through to your seat. You're not allowed to take pictures or make video contributions, even though we all live in a world of digital now. Nothing. And then on top of that, you pay over-the-top prices at the bar or indeed for an ice cream. Is that truly the experience that theatre now wishes you to go away with? And is that truly the problem with theatre, both here in the West End and, of course, Broadway and around the world? I'd love to know your comments and your thoughts and your experiences on what it's truly like going to the theatre in your world. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.